Yeah, so like I was saying, thank you guys for listening. All right, so back to what we were doing right here. So like I was saying, the admin would also have the rights to perform teacher activities as like registering students in a particular class. We could give them the information of a couple of students. Like this could be on the paperwork. We could probably give them a list of students to put into their classrooms, and then they would from there register the students into their classrooms appropriately so that we would have them fixed properly in the database. Okay, so let's jump into creating a new job. I move from here down to assign students to class. So let's move to creating a new job role. So you can see, for example, if you're to register a staff, okay, this is the account type is going to be staff. The reason why I do that is because of the access to the to their own different profiles. The same thing happens to students. Okay, so back to staff. So remember we're talking about the job role, all right? So for example, you have, or let's say you don't have an accountant in the school, you can go ahead and create that accountant. And I'll probably create most of the things needed here: accountant, teacher, housekeeping, admin, chef, supervisor, IT manager, secretary. So if you are having a job role for someone you want to register and it's not there, you can just go right ahead and create the job, and then this is the job. This is the oh, pardon me, this is an error right here. I can as well correct this immediately, but let me just quickly talk about that. So this is the job area where you have the list of jobs available in the system. Okay, you can as well edit the job, but just like I said, is the project is incomplete. I'm still going through it, but I'm really happy that it's churned out this way. So let's try and see if we want to edit the job role. So the information is supposed to appear here. I'm supposed to actually fetch that from the database so that I'll be able to edit it and then click on update, and then it will update successfully. However, I haven't done those functions yet, in which I would do. I wish I could do some of these things right in front of you. But however, let me just go right ahead and change that list of registered staff to list of registered job roles. Okay, so I'm going to go through to create new job role. So let me see. Okay, this is edit job role. Let me search for create, which is C, create new job role. Yeah. So when I double click on that, I'll scroll down to where we have it in the table, list of registered staff. Okay, here is not a registered staff. These are job roles. Okay, so I'm gonna have to change that to job role. Job roles. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have to copy that to make things easier. Good job. Yeah, right there. So list of registered job role up here. I've saved that already. If I go back and refresh, that should change. Yeah, exactly how it is. So I'm using the normal technique, which is actually not really normal though. It's called object-oriented programming. I'm using that technique as well with PHP data objects, PDO, and MySQL to create this application. All right, so that's that for the job role section. Moving to new course, we have the same layout and the same functions they all perform. Okay, so we have list of created courses here, and this is just for maybe an institution that is into technologies. You can register your students as well. If it was for universities, you can register your courses, your students, and for them to have these courses as well. So you can see that this really cuts across a whole lot of educational industry. So obviously, I don't think students do this in secondary school. Like I guess they do programming, but not to this level of artificial intelligence and the rest. Okay, but in tertiary institutions and special technology courses, they have this probably working in their organization. So that is that for courses. You can as well edit the course and then change it if you made a mistake or anything. All right, back to new classroom. You can create a new classroom to assign a new teacher. If, in case you run out of space, you have a new facility, you want to create a new classroom, that is it. So here I have JSS 1 up to JSS. You can have as many classes as you want and then assign teachers to all these classes. That way these teachers will pull in the students from the database into their classes going through the list of the names that they were given for those students. All right, so that basically is that. So let's move on to assign teachers to class. Just like I said, this is not really functioning, but you can see the list of classes here as well. Whenever I register a class, for example, I create a new class. Let me try and create this stuff that just is 2H. So I'm just going to go ahead and create JSS3. I want it to follow the same pattern just like this. So JS3A. Yeah, that's it. So when I create this, you can see it says class added successfully. And so when we scroll down, we see that right there, 3A. All right, good. So now we can then assign teacher to this class. So when we come here and say select class, we move to 3A, and you see that right there. If you didn't notice, you can rewind the video. Last time I opened this up, 2H was the last one that was there, but now it is 3A. Okay, so then you can select the teachers that are available. Now, one thing I want to emphasize here, if you look at the registered staff, the number of registered staff here is more than 2. But the fact that those other ones are showing under assigned teacher to class is because those are teachers. So for example, let's look at the profile of Harmony. So when I click on view profile, we can see that Harmony is a teacher, and that is why he appeared on the right there. So this data, the logic behind this application is that only teachers will be assigned to classes. We can have different people. Let's view Martin's Ted, and Martin Ted as well as a teacher. He should appear in here. Now let's check some other teachers. Let's see admin preview. Oh, admin now job role is admin, so he is not going to appear in the teacher role. Okay, he's not going to appear in the teacher role. I don't know, maybe I will still try and fix out if he's going to have to appear there or something else. But let's check out Dupsy Choco, who is 44. Let's check out her profile. You see she's a secretary, and so she is not going to also appear where you're going to have to assign teachers to class. Okay, when you select a class and you want to assign a teacher to that class, only teachers are going to appear here. All right, so that's the logic behind this place. Only teachers, and then you click on assign to class. And then, so coming down to this place we've talked before, I think that was a earlier part we visited, assigning students to classes. Teachers should be the one to perform this task. Okay, so they will go and check the names of the students right there, select the class where they belong, and then add those students in there. All right, so that will fix that problem. We can also assign courses to classes. You choose a class and then assign the courses. Okay, this should be done by the admin, I guess, alone. If there's anybody referring courses, pardon me, if there's anyone referring courses to the organization, they can add up those courses if they are needed, and then they could actually select the classes that these courses will be offered. It's going to be stressful trying to select each and every course and select from classes. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to collate all these classes from JS to be juniors and any SS to be seniors, and then select those classes and send them to the junior classes, and it's done for the rest of the junior classes in there. I don't want anything to be stressful, so it's still a work in progress. I believe it's achievable with the techniques I'm using. All right, so moving on to assign course teachers. Now these teachers have particular courses they take. Okay, so when you select a teacher, for example, Harmony, you can choose multiple if he's very good in natural intelligence, JavaScript, and PHP, and as well Java, JavaScript, and PHP, as well as for Python. You tick them and then assign this subject or courses to that teacher. So and that becomes his topics. And then in his classes, wherever he's having a certain period, he goes there and take those courses. So this is basically what I'm trying to show you guys here. You also have your logout. Things might have a different look from the version 2.0. This is still a work in progress, but I think I've walked you guys through some of the features that are working in this application. So when I hit the logout, it brings me back to this place. When I sign in again, let me input that password, and then you see it takes me back in. So this is a very nice web application created by me and myself alone. So you can go through it. You also have the help area here. I'm doing this, in software development, there is nothing like having a complete software development. However, people might run into troubles. People that are new using your applications, you need something like a read